Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
Who's in charge? Me or the devil? I think I'm in charge.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
The show started.
Welcome back to another episode of Chubstep. And big news on this one. Big, sad news. Last week we had happy news. This is sad news. I will be leaving Chubstep officially in about 5 minutes.
And little Stevie will take his place.
And little Stevie will be taking my place.
I was like, am I on Steed's final Chubstep? Like, what is happening? What is happening here?
Yeah, you are on my final Chubstep of early September of 2025.
Yeah. So actually, I think we should start with the Hard Knocks. So Steed, the reason Steed is leaving earlier, he's going to watch the Buffalo Bills beat the Ravens
Just
coming
it's
up.
a scheduling conflict.
We have a scheduling conflict. It has nothing to do with the other sports that are scheduled. We tried to get the sports games to move, but
Yeah, something about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let the
So I watched the first episode of the Hard Knocks. There's been some really good seasons of Hard Knocks. I watched the first season of this Bills ones. I'm surprised you didn't watch it, Steve. I had a problem because it really, all it was focusing on was like, it was way more about the actual games themselves. And it like had almost no focus on individual players. And
Okay.
And it didn't really focus on it. Usually, I think like good Hard Knocks focuses on a couple fringe guys that you don't know if they're going to make the team, and like maybe three guys, and one or two of them make the team, one of them two get kicked off, and then you're focused on like one or two big players or like a new player or something like that. It talked about Josh Allen a little bit, not much about his personal life, but then it was just kind of like, coaches but it like really didn't focus. I only watched the first episode, but it really, like, I was like, I'm not really interested in the rest of it because it really didn't focus on kind of the cool part of Hard Knocks, which is kind of seeing behind the scenes and these other players. So I'm out.
Okay, well, I'm going to dispute basically everything you just said. You don't need to know Josh Allen's personal life. Just leave him alone. Two, the Bills roster is already so stacked. They don't have any guys who are like fighting to make the team. They already know who's on the team. Coach McDermott knows what he's doing. And it's not going to be one of those, oh, I don't know, we have all these guys. No, the Bills are the 2025-2026 season Super Bowl champions. And this is basically butter on the toast for the year. Just give them some more show time. Get the boys some extra money in their pockets. That's all this was.
Okay. Little Stevie is also on the show, by the way. I don't know about
Oh, yeah. Little Stevie's on the show as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I haven't watched Hard Knocks in a couple of years, but it was always like the fringe guys that were interesting because, like the star players don't want to do it.
Yes.
Like, have never wanted to do it. And I think now more than ever probably don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But even like, when the Rams were on it like 10 years ago, Aaron Donald played like ping pong in one scene. And then otherwise it was like Case Keenum and like Eric Kush, who I think played for the Bears for a little bit. Wore a tank top the whole time. That's what I remember from it. And Kenny Britt crashed a golf cart. And we got the infamous Jeff Fisher, I'm not going 7-9 rant before he went 4-12 and got fired.
Yeah, did worse than that. So Little Stevie, if people don't remember him from the show prior, he is Connecticut State football receiving champion, or record holder, 99-yard receiving touchdown in the state of high school football for the state of Connecticut. Host of the show Hot Takes.
What? Hang on, Stevie. Is that true? Are you the Connecticut receiving champion.
One of those things Jared said is true. Hot Takes was not my podcast. It was Bold Predictions.
Bold predictions. Sorry.
Yeah, brother, I have a 99-yard touchdown. Nationwide record. Untoppable.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extremely impressive.
Yeah. And at the high school football, you don't need it's better. That's The less
Don't
you know,
look
the
up
better,
the
I'd say.
box score. Because I promise you that the play is in there, but you don't want to see what the score of the game was when the touchdown happened.
Doesn't matter. That score is not on the records.
matter.
That touchdown is.
Yeah. Amen.
Exactly. Sorry. Bold predictions. Hot takes you were trying to fish out some names and that didn't stick. Bold predictions is what stuck. That's what
Yeah.
sorry. I'm remembering it correctly.
R.I.P. Bold Prediction.
You're
Shout out
still-
Beermeister. Going to his wedding soon.
Nice. Are you still doing your Rams Talk podcast?
We do still do Rams
Yes.
Talk Radio. If there are any Rams fans listening, check
Yes.
out Butting Heads,
Heads.
which is my podcast on that feed. We do it every week. We pulled out a win today, so
Yeah.
it'll be a fun pod. Although they really tested my limits here in a tough win, but it's week 1, so we're happy.
Yes.
We'll take a win.
Exactly. I watched the game. It was on at the place I was at, so I watched the whole game. Great win. Great win.
Potentially losing because instead of running the ball and kicking a field goal, you threw a screen pass to your backup tight end who then fumbled. And then almost being the reason you lost the game would have really been tough to sit with.
Yeah.
But they pulled it out. So shout out to the Rams.
Steve, before you leave, is there anything you want to say to people?
I know you guys are talking TV shows. I have, watched so many TV shows in my life, but in the last year, I've only watched one, and I've gotten to season 3 of Boardwalk Empire.
I love Boardwalk.
Yeah.
I've watched like the first 2 seasons before. I never finished it, so I went back and restarted it because why try a new show when Boardwalk Empire I never finished it. So that is my top show of the year for 2025, Boardwalk Empire.
3, I think 2 is my favorite season, but 3 is probably the most exciting season. I feel like it's the loudest season. There's the most action.
I just don't get why Jimmy Doherty's Thompson, I'm my own man. And then it comes out that he banged his mom, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm watching, I'm like, I don't remember this.
That was it took a wild turn.
No spoilers, Steve. No spoilers.
Great Bobby Cannavale performance in season 3. He won an Emmy for it. Legend.
Who did?
The bad guy in season 3, Jip, played by, is that how you say his name? Bobby Cannavale?
Oh, just a big Italian guy?
Yeah.
Legend. I love him.
I use that soundbite all the time. That's the
He's a good man, your sheriff. And he's gonna keep on sheriffing. Same as you all are gonna keep doing whatever it is you do. Barbers cut hair, cooks cook, librarians keep checking out books because it's very important to read.
What happens when Bible camp opens?
Bible camp's canceled, and I'm not really doing questions and answers right now, dear.
Okay, well, thank you, Steed. Everybody check out Boardwalk Empire, Steed's favorite show of 2025.
Yes, and now I'm going to go watch the Bills, so
okay.
I'll probably have a heart attack or 2, and if they lose, my blood pressure is going to spike, and, the stroke is probably imminent, so this actually may be my last episode.
Good, all right, good thing the Bills never disappoint, Steed. All right.
Yep.
Well, they always beat the Ravens, so, famous last words, but they beat the Ravens, and then they never beat the Chiefs, and it's an endless cycle.
Yeah, well, that's playoffs. It's reversed in regular season.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, good luck, Steve.
All right. Good show, boys. See you later.
Good show. All right. Bye. All right. So, Lil Stevie, recently we've been doing a themed episode. So, we'll pick a topic or the theme. We're doing this a little more of a throwback one. The theme of this one is going to be shows of 2024 and 2025. That's what I'm going to talk about. Because we didn't have you were on Chub 500, but we didn't talk about 2024 shows. We never did a wrap up of that.
Ah, okay.
And so I know you have a list. You might have to take a second to find your 2024 list.
We found it. I gotta brush off about what I liked about all these shows. 2024 was a good. I thought it was a good TV year.
I've been pretty happy with the last 2 years of shows. I actually think these have been some of the better years of shows in a little bit.
I agree. I think there's been a couple of the best TV seasons of the decade, maybe in the last 2 years for sure.
Sure. Sure.
Been some really good stuff though.
And some of mine start in 2024 and then had episodes in 2025, so I don't really know how the line goes for that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go through a few of my, and these are ones that, me and Lil Stevie are gonna disagree on some of these. I had some controversial takes in the past. I feel fairly confident about mine as of right now. I feel pretty good about these. I picked my top five of each.
All right. Yeah, I could do top five.
Okay. Um, and these are in no particular order. I don't know if I have like mine are not in a particular order. Um, I'm gonna say one, and I'm pretty sure it's on your list. 2024. It might have been also in 2025. Hacks.
I love Hacks. I don't have in my top five. I had it 7 last year.
Okay. Okay.
And obviously, well, I rank everything. I have it ranked this year.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so that's 7 for you.
Yeah.
Hacks
Rocks.
It's a good show and it's a unique show. It's like for those that don't know, it's about a comedian, like an older comedian, female, that is kind of she's losing her edge, I would say. And then there's kind of a young millennial writer that the two of them work together to kind of work on her material and kind of make it more new for a newer audience. But it's very well done, very well written, very kind of unique show. I like it. It's a good show.
It's great, very funny. There was a scene in the new season where I don't know if you remember the table Branzino scene for the Branzino they order for Mrs. Table in the writer's room, which is I think probably the funniest scene of the entire year.
Explain the scene. I'm sure I'll remember as soon as you say it. But
it's in the new season.
Oh yes, yes.
Where,
yeah, for the writers, where she's paying for food for everybody.
Yeah, Ava's buying everyone lunch, and they're ordering table Branzino.
Yes.
Yes. I would quote it, but it would just not be nearly as.
So
funny.
Essentially, the main character, has a writing room, and she has to try to get them to like her. She is paying for everybody's lunch, and then she finds out they're like ordering ridiculous, like expensive things like table Branzino for like a takeout, meal. It is
so
very,
good.
yeah, you're right, very good.
Yeah, in an actual comedy, I think that's what prevailed it at the Emmys last year. Is I feel like there was not that it didn't deserve it, it did deserve it, but I think it was going to be in season 2 of The Bear, which I would say is maybe the best season of anything in the last 10 years. But I think it lost because everyone was like, it's not funny. Yeah. Let's let a funny show win that's also very good.
Yeah. Yep. Was what just came out, was that 4 that just came out?
4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't love 3, but I thought 4 was kind of back to I enjoyed 4.
Yeah. I liked 3 a lot. I know a lot of people didn't. I thought it was really good. I thought 4 was obviously really good as well.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what's one on your top 5 for 2024?
2024, my number 5 show was Somebody Somewhere, which is a
Somebody Somewhere. I didn't
little
see it.
very not that seen show on HBO. It's kind of like
no, sorry. What am I talking about? I've definitely seen this. No, I actually loved the show.
It's so good, right?
This is
It
the
is
comedy
like,
one. Yes, yes. Sorry, it took me a second because it was it's such a generic kind of name. It threw me off. I've seen the whole show. I've seen all the series.
In like the streaming age of TV, like indie, you know, like what I mean by like indie TV, like that's kind of gone away, and this felt like really like a throwback, like like HBO has always had loud shows, but this is just like a little like small budget dramedy on HBO that airs at 10:30. That is just like very pleasant and like such a good hang. And I believe this was the final season that aired last year.
It was.
It was
I
very
think
good.
it renewed. My brother-in-law went to Kansas State, big Kansas State fan, and there's never a show that, first of all, this is supposed to take place in Manhattan, Kansas.
Yep.
And it constantly Kansas State references, so it's fun to see
nonstop.
that. And just a really good, like you said, good show, fun characters. Some of these people are great. I love the Murray Hill is great in this. It plays Fred Rocco.
Yep.
Just a great character. There's a lot of people. It's just fun. It's just like
Jeff Hiller got an Emmy nomination, which was a very pleasant surprise.
He's great.
I was so excited.
Jeff is very good on that.
Yeah, it was great to see.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I had forgotten that I watched all that, but it's yeah, I would put that probably it would be at least in my honorable mentions, if not in my top five. Um, okay, another one I have in my top five, The Penguin.
The Penguin I didn't have in my top five, but I fucking love the Penguin, man. I
Yeah,
really just like that's just like what I want out of like IP shows is
yeah,
just like set it in a really interesting like world like the of the Batman and then
yeah.
just like make a sick crime drama with Colin Farrell just like playing the fucking Penguin. Dude, that shit was awesome. That shit was so
Yes.
fun.
Yes. It's like how I want those type of like you said, those type of shows to be. I didn't even see the Robert Pattinson Batman prior. I actually watched the whole show and then like, oh, I should watch Robert's Batman. And then it made a lot more sense after. But you can watch it without even seeing the Robert Pattinson Batman, and it's still a
Yeah.
very good show. It's basically it's like The Sopranos, but it's set in Gotham.
Hmm.
And the acting's phenomenal. It's dark, but it's good. It's just very well done.
Yeah, him and Kristen Milotti are insane in the show.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
throwing fastballs the entire time. Yeah, I had a cousin on Christmas. We were talking about the Penguin, and I was like mentioning the movie. He was like, "Yeah, but it doesn't connect to the movie, right? Like it's nothing." And I was like, "Yeah, it does. Like, what movie are you talking?" He's like, "The Danny DeVito one." I'm like, "Yeah, no, dude. There's a whole Batman movie with Colin Farrell in it that is a sequel series
I
to."
I did recently watch the Danny DeVito Penguin one because like after I watched the Penguin show, that it's a completely different vibe. I mean, that is
Yeah,
like
it is a fucking
cartoonish
blast
and
too, though. That is like that movie is
it's
great. It's so much fun.
it's good because it's ridiculous. It's not
Yeah,
good because it's a
it's very
good.
campy. Yeah,
Yes, it's campy. It's
the
campy.
Pattinson movie I thought was just like an actual banger movie.
Yes, yes. Very, I agree. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Penguin rocks. I had it 8.
Okay.
Maybe that was a little too low. I don't know. It was really good. I was happy to
Yeah.
see it get a lot of kudos at the Emmys. So that haven't
Yeah.
happened yet, but it's nominated a
Yeah.
bunch. My number 4 was Amazon's Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Did you watch this?
I did. I okay. And keep you say I did watch it, but keep going. Keep
No,
going.
I know. I think like I'm higher on it than most. I think I'm just like very in the bag for Donald Glover and his
Yes.
sense of humor. Like I obviously love Atlanta. Um, I thought the leads were really good and had good chemistry, but also like not good enough to where it was believable that they didn't have chemistry because they're not supposed to have chemistry until like things click. Um, it's been so long since I watched this. I'm trying to remember like what I
Yeah,
loved
it was a
about
while ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, a lot of people loved it. My biggest issue was the chemistry. I wasn't buying them as a couple ever. And I just wasn't even when it was like got to the point where they were to like it just I wasn't I just it I couldn't see it to me. And that's where that it kind of lost me there. And I think that's what happened.
yeah, this is like I wouldn't die on the hill for this show. I actually looking at this list now, I would definitely rank somebody somewhere ahead of this.
Mhm.
Not in my I stand by my top 3 though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think I just love Donald, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great.
And it
Community and he's
I
everything he's been is great. Great singer. It's like, yeah.
yeah, I love the like the globe trotting nature. Like they clearly just didn't shoot this on a lot in Burbank.
Mhm.
Or should I say Atlanta is usually where like
Yeah.
international shit gets shot.
Yeah.
And a fun rotation of guest stars like Paul Dano is great in this.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of yeah, kind of fun. I enjoyed it. It just wasn't for me that what that kind of it took me out of it a little bit. So
Yeah, and I will say there's a lot of good stuff that aired in 24.
Yeah,
I actually think I have more shows that I like ride for in 25.
that's fair.
But I think there's a big gap between my number 4 and my top 3. I thought there was a
Okay.
clear top 3. So I'm
Okay.
curious what you have.
Okay. I also have Ripley.
That's my number 3, brother. Let's go.
Okay. Loved Ripley.
Ripley.
And I hadn't seen the movie Talented Mr. Ripley. I still haven't seen it.
Me neither. I have no
Okay.
familiarity with the story of Ripley, which I think
Sure.
helps probably. But it also seemed like people who have seen the movie and even read the book still really like the show.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, this is essentially it's a black and white shot. You know, it's black and white on Netflix, and it's about a guy who is kind of just like a little bit of a sketchy guy that just kind of starts taking on another life. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it too much, but essentially he like just kind of puts himself in another person's life and it just kind of escalates and escalates. And it does a really good job of building up suspense and like who done it type of thing. And like I maybe not who done it, but like it's just very well done. It's all shot in like Italy. It's and it's supposed to take place maybe in like that was like 40, 50s-ish around
Yeah,
there.
something like
Yeah.
that. It's Steve Zalian wrote and directed it, who did he did The Night of, and he wrote
Yes.
Schindler's List, Moneyball, or I think Aaron Sorkin took over on Moneyball.
Yeah.
He wrote a version of Moneyball. But it really felt like a show where like I actually think Netflix bought it from somebody. I think they bought it from Showtime, which is crazy because it does
Okay.
not, no disrespect. There are a lot of like Netflix shows that feel like Netflix shows that I like. This feels
Yeah.
nothing like a typical
I
Netflix
completely
show.
agree with you. It's very
Um,
unique. It's yes.
yeah, it feels like somebody just gave like a auteur filmmaker a shitload of money and was like, "Yeah, brother, go to town." And Andrew Scott's awesome in it as he's the lead.
Yeah.
Who's who's the female lead in
The,
it? Oh, Dakota
the
Fanning. Yeah, she's
yeah, Dakota
great.
Fanning's the girl in it, and it's interesting to see her like very grown up role. Very yeah, it's that sort of thing. And I know we've talked about this on the show years ago. The Night of Lil Stevie. I think the first episode of The Night of is one of the best episodes in a TV show ever.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The overall show was not like my favorite show by any means, but I think the first episode was just incredible.
I like the
Uh,
whole it as a whole too, but the first episode's like basically a mini movie.
yeah,
And it's
exactly. I just
really
meant in comparison.
yeah.
That's I guess where I was going with it. I
Ripley,
agree
I
though.
think, is the opposite. Ripley, I don't think picked up until like episode 3. Like I was kind of like
Yes.
not super into the beginning, and then like
Yeah.
when like the big like inciting incident of the show happens, which takes a while to get to this point,
Yes.
then it like is like just lights out.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, what's one you got on your so we had one overlap there.
I had Ripley at 3, so I'll go to my
Yeah.
number 2 was Industry, which
Okay.
is
Yep.
HBO, and to not be a total homer here, my number 1 was not HBO of 24.
Okay.
But Industry was 2. Have you seen Industry?
I have. Yep.
Industry, we've probably talked about it before. My kind of relationship with it is like I thought the first season was like pretty good. Nothing revolutionary. I thought the second season was really good. And I thought the third season was like incredible. Um
Okay,
like
so I only
I
watched the first season, I should say. I've not
well
seen all 3 seasons. Okay.
well, I hope that sold you on 2 and 3 because I think it is evolved into one of the best shows on TV. There's an episode for people who have seen Industry. There's a Rishi centric episode in 3 that was just like a mini like uncut gems type, just like an anxiety inducing banger. Really great performances from both like the young cast that they kind of plucked out of nowhere when the show started, and also like Kit Harington's in season 3. Um, there's some Sarah Goldberg
Describe
from
the show for
Barry.
people. For just people that haven't seen
The
Industry.
first season, it's hard to describe because the first season is basically just like if Euphoria and Succession had a baby, is like season 1 of Industry. Um, and I think it takes a little to really find its footing, even though I think it's still like good and engaging. It's about just like the first season's about like basically like not interns, but like whatever, like entry level type
Mhm.
interns, like working at a finance company in London. Um, and it just follows like them, and but it really like evolves. Like I mean they're all still like finance bros the whole time, but like though it's hard to like describe like the leap it takes between seasons. Like it's one of I don't remember another show really that's like leveled up as
Okay.
insanely as this show does every year.
Okay. Good. Well, that's a good thing for me to keep going then. Yeah.
Yeah, great one.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
What do you got for 2?
Again, these are not in any particular order.
Oh, right.
I had Silo. I love Silo.
I still haven't checked out Silo.
Okay.
Sorry.
And a
You've been
part of
telling me.
it is I am biased toward I like post-apocalyptic things. And it is just a very very well done. Like it keeps you it's one of those shows where it ends and you're just like I just want to know more about what's going on in the story. Rebecca Ferguson's amazing in it. Essentially, the show, for those who have not seen it, is about these people that are living in an underground silo that's like a couple hundred stories tall, like 100 and something stories tall. and they don't know how many generations have been living underground, but that they know that they're told that the outside world is like unlivable. So that's why everybody's living underground. But then as, thing is going on, they start uncovering things and people start being like they're starting not to believe all the stories they've been told their whole lives, basically. So it's just a good kind of mystery-ish thriller post-apocalyptic show. I'm a big fan. So I think that's
I
Apple
gotta
TV.
check it out.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out. I have an Apple subscription. I got no excuse, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm a little biased. I would say, part of me is because, I really like that type of genre in general.
Yeah, I might have said this on a previous pod, but I remember when I was like gonna start it, it came out around the same time, or a new season airing around the same time that
Yeah.
Fallout came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to make my wife watch the same exact premise twice.
So Fallout's on my honorable mentions because I think it's it's so well done for the type of show it is.
Yeah,
Like
I liked Fallout a lot. It was
Yeah.
where did I rank it last year? I moved to my 25 list. I gotta go back. Um, yeah, I didn't have it that high, but I did like it.
It's like it's a based off a video game. It's like it is the right amount of campy because the game is it's the same amount of campy as the game is. Where it kind of has these kind of ridiculous things. I'm a big fan of the game. I love the game, and that's part of
Yeah.
it too. So
My one critique about Fallout, as somebody who has no association with the game, is whatever like the people in the robot suits were doing was not interesting to me at all.
sure, yeah,
Like,
whatever their mission
I don't
is,
even
whatever the
remember
goal
like
is.
what they were doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
really
You're
like.
right. It's not overly clear on what their storyline, and even somebody's played it. I don't really even remember what like the Brotherhood of Steel, like their whole storyline is. So,
Yeah, I like
um,
the Ella Purnell storyline, who's in the bunker, the main character, and
yes,
obviously, I mean, fucking, we were as a
yeah,
billionaire off of my Walton Goggins stock that I've had for a long time, man. Obviously, I loved his storyline.
yeah, yeah, just great. Yeah, I think very well done for somebody who loves the show. Very well done, I think, for that. Okay, what's your what's your
My
number one then?
As anyone who watched the award circuit from this year can guess, my number one was Shogun. I'm not gonna zag
Mhm.
here. I'm gonna zig with the crowd. The show
Sure.
was incredible. Um, Looked expensive. You felt like you could see the money on the screen. I'm not usually someone, embarrassed to say, that will watch a show that's mostly in another language.
Hmm.
But I didn't care for this because it was just so engaging. And yeah, it got renewed, which was interesting. They're making a new season not based on the book, but I think this is just like this is what you want companies to spend money on, is shit like this. And I have another show on my 25 list that I will feel
Yeah.
similarly about, in terms of just go dump a shitload of money into like something that's really fucking cool, like a period piece that doesn't
Yes.
feel like it's shot in 2025, like that looks
Yeah.
like it's from the period, with like great performances, really just dope action, and like every moment in that show, like when characters, there's a lot of the characters die, but like every moment feels earned, and like you actually give a shit when all these people are dying.
Shogun is on my honorable mentions. I liked it a lot. I think I was building it up. I did one of those things where I was building it up in my head too much, I think, where I was a little bit like and I know it's probably, it's almost like a Game of Thrones where it does so much build up to stuff. And I wanted a little bit more action in it, I think, from my perspective. I would have liked a little bit more of like getting to something. But I
Yeah.
loved everything. Really enjoyed the show. I actually changed it the language so they did the dub over thing.
Well, maybe that's why I didn't like it as much, man.
No, I was just like I was reading it all and then I just saw that they had an option to do like the dub over. I'm like, this is just easier. Like
Yeah.
this just works. But no, I enjoyed it. Like I think I agree. I like the taking the chance on that. I like the way it looks. I like everything. I don't have many complaints other than I would have liked the pace to be a little faster. That's
Yeah.
my main
I
thing
hear
with it. And then the last one on my list, and I know it's related to your background. It's Dexter Original Sin. Um,
Yeah, I didn't watch Original Sin. I will be
okay.
coming back on this podcast whenever you watch Dexter Resurrection.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, because I watched it with a buddy of mine, and we haven't gotten time together to watch. We watched all the Dexter Original Sin together, and we have not watched the Resurrection because Original Sin came out first. It's
Yeah.
essentially a prequel to the Dexter series, and I think I've never seen the casting is phenomenal. The acting is really well done. The storyline all makes sense. It feels very early Dexter series. And it just like it just a very there's so many ways to mess it up. I was so impressed at how good of a job they did that it made it in my top five.
Yeah, I've heard from you and a bunch of my friends that watched this. I really
Yeah.
liked it. It
Yeah.
got canceled, so I guess I'm part of the problem.
To me, when I watched it, I didn't even think there was going to be a second season of it.
Yeah.
So I'm sad that it's gone because I think there was some really good acting, especially Deb. You got a little more context for Deb. Yeah, so 2024. That's our 2024 is there. Any other feel like you gotta mention?
Uh, Let me peek quick. Sorry, my phone was
Yeah.
on.
No. I get it.
Um, I mean, I thought I don't have the Bear in my top five for either 24 or 25, but I
Yeah.
thought the 25 season was much better
Yeah.
than the 24 season.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. And I agree with all that. I enjoy the Bear. Yeah. I enjoy it as well. All right, 2025, I'll have you start on this. You can start
Okay,
with
so
your five.
2025, I will say, is not done yet.
Yeah,
And
that's true. There's probably some stuff coming out, and
one of the shows in my top five I have been lucky enough to get a sneak peek of that I'm not going to
Nice.
mention the show.
Okay.
But I'm sure you will be able to figure out the show very quickly because
Okay.
you'll watch it and check it out and be like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
But I'll do
Nice.
the rest of my five, or I'll do six, I guess, my top six.
Cool.
Not with that show.
Perfect.
All right. So number five would be The Studio on Apple.
Okay. I have Studio on my list as well in my top
Seems like
five.
it's going to do very well at the Emmys, a Seth Rogen Apple TV show about just like a Hollywood C-suite studio head. Like Donald Glover, I am so deep in the bag for Seth Rogen and like movies. So, I mean, this show would have had to be an abomination for me to not rank it very highly. Another show that they clearly spent an ungodly amount of money of, like the filmmaking in this like one thing that I really like, the best thing I'd say about it is it feels really like auteur driven, like very fancily directed. Like sometimes like when filmmakers like really like direct the shit out of a TV episode, it can almost be distracting. There's another show in my top five that is like this, but isn't distracting either. But this show is just like, it has that feel of like a prestige drama in terms of like how it's made, but it's just a straight up fucking comedy, man. Like we don't get many just like pure comedies. Like there's obviously a plot, but like this is not a drama. I wouldn't even call it a dramedy. Like this is just a straight up really expensive and well made comedy. Like I don't know if we've ever had just a pure comedy that's this expensive ever.
I would agree with that. I would say it is the coolest shot show I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like unique, like cinematography wise, phenomenal show. This is also my top five. Absolutely loved it. Everything you're saying is agreement. I guess my only thing with it is like it's a little bit of something always has to go wrong with him, and that's just I guess how his life is supposed to be in this. But it's always just like everything that can go wrong goes wrong with him.
Yeah.
And it just gotta, I love it. It's a great
but
show.
it's a comedy, so like I don't care. You know, it's not like Ozark where like this guy's in the same situation 15 times in a season.
It's a very good point. It's yes. No, I think it's great. I love the way it's such a unique show. The way it's shot, it's great. Ike Barinholtz, phenomenal in it.
Ike Barinholtz is so. I've since Eastbound and Down, man, where he plays the Russian. Like I've been all in on fucking Ike Barinholtz.
The League is where I first really liked him. He was great in the League.
Yeah, he's good in the League too. He's good in everything. He's a real like that guy.
Yeah,
so
and
it's cool
his dad, the judge in Jury Duty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the studio's awesome. Obviously, insane guest stars in that show, who are all, I feel like, for the most part, very good.
Yeah. Okay, this one is probably my five on the list. If I'm gonna kind of do this I'll do this more of an order. For me, five, Paradise. Did you watch
I haven't watched Paradise. I've heard like it's all over the place, and then randomly has like one of the best TV episodes like ever, thrown into the season. But they got a lot of noms at the Emmys.
Yeah, I love God, who's the main? Why can't I?
Sterling K. Brown.
Or James Sterling K. Brown is amazing. And then obviously from everybody knows him from Jury Duty. Also, what's his name?
James
Steve. No, James Marsden. Sorry,
James
James
Marsden.
Marsden.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
banger leads. Is Julia Nicholson the other actress in that?
yes, and she's such a different role than how she is in Hacks. It's so funny.
Well,
Like,
Hacks is a different role than what she is in
well,
everything
you're
else
right.
she's
You're
ever
right. You're
been
right.
in.
You're right. But she's like the extreme opposite in Paradise. And
Yeah.
again,
Well, she's
Paradise.
usually I loved her in Hacks because I feel like she's just usually playing the most depressing, sad kid, like Mare
Yes.
of Easttown.
Yes.
Like she's one of our great actresses, but
Yeah.
like never gets to have fun, and got to have a lot of fun in Hacks, and won an Emmy
Yep.
for Hacks.
There you go. So, but the Emmys haven't fully happened yet, right? They happen like in a week now.
Yeah, they do. The Creative Arts Emmys happen this weekend, which is they give out like some of the smaller awards, and they give out
Got
Guest
it.
Actor. That's one of the big
Got
ones.
it. Okay, that makes sense.
The
Okay,
Bryan
because I saw that
Cranston
she
one
won
as
that as
well
well.
for
And
the
I was
studio.
okay. Okay, Paradise. For those who don't know, it's again post-apocalyptic, so I'm biased towards it. These people are in a kind of, you know, a recreated perfect world, and then same sort of thing where like basically it starts with a murder. Somebody gets murdered, and it's kind of a whodunit, um, where you're trying to figure out like in this perfect world, how did somebody get killed? How did somebody get murdered? And it was, it was an important person and all this stuff. And then it's kind of the investigation and all this kind of stuff. But I think it's very well done, really, very kind of beautiful set and stuff. And that's kind of the point. It's also, it's called Paradise. So that I thought it was really well done. Only one season of it so far, but I liked it a lot.
I'm writing that down on my list.
Okay.
I keep forgetting to go.
Yeah, this is, some of these other ones that are, I would say this is I would say this one's a step below my top four. Yeah, I'm pretty solid on my top four, but I think this one, this one could also be an honorable mentions along with those. So just FYI, this one's
Yeah,
yeah,
good to know.
yeah.
My number four is a weird one that I hope you've watched. Is The Rehearsal.
That's
with
also
Nathan
my
Fielder.
top five.
What it just
Yes,
for
that's
both
my that was
seasons, just
that's my
truly
number
like
four. Yeah,
yeah, unlike anything ever put on TV. This is if you don't know Nathan Fielder, he's a very weird comedian. He did a show Nathan for You where he would just go to businesses and give them ridiculous ideas to slightly make their businesses better. That usually did not work.
yeah,
And the rehearsal is indescribable, man. And I watched the first episode knowing absolutely nothing about the show. I got to watch it a little early, and I just could not believe that it was about airline safety after like what this was like in like February of this year. I was like, oh my God,
yeah,
like this
yeah,
is fucking crazy. And the finale of this is so insane.
yeah,
Maybe like the most anxiety inducing episode of television of the year for a show that is like, and the thing with like with this show, even more than Nathan for You, is like it's obviously scripted to an extent, and I can never tell how much of this is real.
yeah, yeah.
And the season one finale was like the pinnacle of that, like that just insane. Um, it's just like no other word to describe this for me other than just like this. I don't watch a show often where I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Is
Yes.
like what I say every like
It
3 minutes.
in the amount of money. So I was the first season I had very mixed reviews on. Absolutely loved the first episode of season one. And
Mhm.
then I was okay on season two, second episode, and then it kind of went downhill for me from there. It just to me it was too like all over the place, and I didn't love the direction it ended up. And then I didn't love his one he did,
The Curse.
the curse. I didn't love the curse. And so then I was a little nervous because I love Nathan Fielder. So I'm like, so going into season two of the rehearsal, I'm like, I don't know what this is going to be like because I've been kind of mixed recently. I uh absolutely loved season two. I think it like got all the ridiculous, but it like had a focus.
Yeah.
And the amount of money behind it and the amount of thought and like everything that is going, it's just insane. And it's essentially him trying to find a solution to make airline travel safer, like by getting pilots to communicate better. But it's like, he does stuff like recreate a terminal at the Houston airport, and then have people, follow around people that would work in there and recreate what that person would be like in that scenario. It's just like, it's so over the top. The recreation of Sully Sullenberger's life, some of the things are just like, it's amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah, I remember, and this is so funny, just like out of context. I remember like something that like leaked on Reddit. Maybe not leaked isn't the right word, but like somebody posted on Reddit like well before the season aired. They were like, I went to a audition for like an America's Got Talent type of thing, and I'm pretty sure I saw Nathan Fielder there. And when I finished my audition, there was a box to rate my judges, and I was like, I thought that was gonna be like the premise. I was on like a small part
Yeah.
of it, but I was
Yeah.
like, that is fucking the most Nathan Fielder shit. Yeah, I
Yes.
like this more than season one and the Curse. I know I like the Curse a little more than you did.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's well done, unique. It's got to watch it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's incredible. All right, good. All right, so we have two of the same ones in our top five. I'm gonna say my number two. This is my number two then. Gilded Age.
I'm so embarrassed to say that I have not watched The Gilded Age.
And this is something I'm gonna tell you. I know my parents told you to watch the show a couple years ago because and after the first season. This is a total show that you asked Jared 2 years ago if he would watch a show, I would say this is not a Jared show. This is I would not like this. And it is, it's following turn of the century. I do like historical fiction. I guess that's the one thing going into this that would have skewed me towards this. It is essentially following people late 1800s that are like industry, robber baron type people. And the main characters in this are not real people, but they're based on like the Vanderbilts and a couple other, like a mix of a few different families. But then you've got families like the Astors in there, and you've got a couple like actual names of things. And then all the events in the show are based on real things that happens, like the opening of the Brooklyn Bridge or the different opera houses that were popular and closed and things like that. So there'll be like kind of a manufactured storyline, but woven into real events that were happening at the time. And it's following there's a few main families, but it also follows the servants that kind of service these families. So you're getting both kind of the first class perspective and the bottom kind of class perspective. The writing is phenomenal. The story is phenomenal. It's like there's no action, and there's a very little action. There's very little, like, it's all just kind of inner house drama, and you're like, why do I care about this? But it's so well done. You're just it took me 3 episodes, and I think by the fourth episode I'm like, we got to watch another. We got to watch another. But like at
Hell
first
yeah,
I was
dude.
like, all right, I'm just watching this to like, because I made my wife watch all the Star Wars and this kind of thing. But by the end, I'm like, this is really good, and the show has been phenomenal. It's by the same guy who did Downton Abbey.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I need to watch it as a like
yeah,
my membership to the Carrie Coon fan club is like
yes,
they're
Carrie Coon's
threatening to kick
phenomenal.
me out, even though I was a founding member, because I haven't watched The Gilded Age. They're like, I don't
Yes,
care if you watch the leftovers from season one. Like, we're gonna
yeah.
take this away. Like, if
It
you need to go watch the show, I do need to watch that one.
so much different than her character in White Lotus, right? It's
Yeah.
completely different. It's like completely, yeah. Her voice isn't even the same. Like it's not even the same person. It's yeah,
She's the
very
shit,
good.
man.
The main
Shout out to the
guy,
leftovers.
also the guy they call Train Daddy in the show. I have to find his real name. Phenomenal
Yeah.
actor. Oh, something Spector. I can't remember what it is.
I know who you're talking about. Shout out to the Gilded Age social media team.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Because he's Morgan Spector,
Morgan
really good
Spector, yeah.
actor, really good in this. So there's a lot of people good. Anyway, Gilded Age, two for
Yeah,
me.
I'm glad you got it.
Yeah.
I'll throw out another HBO Max show here,
Okay.
not to be a homer here.
Okay.
The Pit, a Max
Okay. I haven't
original.
seen it. I have not
Pit,
seen this one.
I like you. I about the procedurals, I guess. Like I feel like they're all the same and not very good.
Yeah.
This one is the like hook of the show is it's one day. So the show is 15 episodes, 1 hour an episode. Each hour is a shift of the day of the people working in this hospital in Pittsburgh. Hence the name. And like, I don't know how to describe it other than it's just like the best possible version of this shit. And like, it made me understand why people like medical dramas because it's just like, you really care about the doctors. Like, and I think because of the way it's structured, the patients are in it for more than an episode. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's not they're rushed in, they get worked on, they either live or die or whatever happens. Like
Yeah.
you see it stretch out over a couple episodes. And so like sometimes it's really like depressing to watch like it take a dark turn or sometimes it takes a good turn. And I think like they really make you care about all these characters because you spend so much time with them.
Sure.
The drama doesn't really feel forced. No, Wiley is just fucking lights out. I've said lights out a lot on this podcast, but he's great. Yeah, man, I don't care about this stuff at all typically.
Yeah.
And I will defend this
That'd
show
be-
forever. And it
Nice.
comes back in January. Like it
There
comes
you
back
go.
every year. There's a lot
That's
of shows on
awesome.
my list that I'm not going to talk about today that took so long to come back.
Yes.
And I feel like that makes you kind of like it raises the bar so much higher when you wait 2 or 3 years for a show to come back.
Yeah. Well, and that happens, and sometimes you lose interest, or you're like, oh, I forgot what it was, or like, I think you can really lose momentum sometimes if there's too big of a gap between seasons.
Yeah. That being said, I think the next show on my list about the pit took like almost 3 years to come back. But you hit me with
so the pit, I've only heard good things about. I definitely will put it on my list to watch. I've only heard good things, so so are you saying it's like 24 where each episode is an hour of actual time?
They're usually like 45 minutes, but like, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, okay. So and I always loved that concept. It was like, oh yeah, God, this whole thing happened in a day. That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it's not, I'm not going to say it's 24 in a hospital, but like it is the same type of thing. Like
same concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No Jack Bauer.
No Jack Bauer, but
okay.
No Wiley.
My number one, this is probably not shocking for anybody that knows me. Andor was my number one.
That was my number two. That was a show I was referencing that took like 3 years to come back.
Yeah, I know.
But it fucking lived up to the moment, man.
Which is very hard to do when there's that much build up to it. And you're trying to bridge this gap between a series and a movie that was done 10 years earlier. You're trying to do a season that was done 3 years earlier and a movie that was done 10 years earlier. Everybody looks a little different, and trying to bridge this gap in this thing with Star Wars fans who are probably the harshest critics. Nobody hates Star Wars more than a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, thanks.
And I think it just lived up to the hype. I think it was phenomenal acting. I think the way it was shot was the amount of money. I mean, I know they said it's the most amount of money Disney's ever put into it.
Yeah, they allegedly spent $650 million, which is like, that's what I want my billionaires to spend their fucking money on, man, is Andor. Make more Andor.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's clearly like, I mostly like The Mandalorian. Some of it I like a lot.
Yeah.
But it's shot in one room,
Yeah.
and even though it looks good, like you can kind of feel that a little bit. This one, like they're clearly like on location in places. Like they clearly built these insane sets.
Yeah.
The gore episodes, like that arc.
Yeah.
And like when that peaks, I just remember sitting on the plane. Like it's awesome when you were watching something and you're like, this is like a moment. Like this is like one of the best things I've ever seen. Like that whole episode is just so good. And The Last of Us is not on my list, but I felt a little similarly during the second episode of this season, which was also like just a moment.
Yeah.
But this is like, that not that this isn't a popular show. Like The Last of Us, like I mean, that's obviously like a moment because of what happens. But like, main characters in the episode die in this, but not like the main characters. But like that episode with the the gore episode with the like the rebellion or whatever, the genocide, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember what it was. And then the episode after that with when Mon Mothma gives a speech are just like, that's it, man. That's what I want. That's what I want in anything.
Yes. I think so. Listening to the guy that created it, he talks about how it's a Star Wars show that's designed. You don't have to like Star Wars. You don't even have to really know what's going on in Star Wars to like the show. And I think it's very true. There's not a lightsaber in it ever. There's laser, they shoot laser guns, but I mean, like, whatever. There's ships and stuff, and it's obviously, but like, you don't need to, it's that good that you don't need to like sci-fi really to like the show. Even like the costumes, I think it's saying, like, just the Mon Mothma character. I hope she's nominated for some stuff. I can't remember if she is.
They didn't get any acting noms, which I was upset about. They got best drama.
Forrest Whitaker, I think, got like a guest one or something.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But she is so good in that. I think she deserved something because I think she is phenomenal.
And it's crazy because she's just like, she's casting this show because she was in a deleted scene of Revenge of the Sith in 2005.
Yes.
And like, is this good in the show? Like,
Yes.
what just like an insane like piece of casting that like it worked out like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's Star Wars for adults. Like, not that Star Wars
Yeah.
is. I mean, Star Wars is mostly for kids. Like, it's a
Yeah.
ultimately the goal of any of this stuff, which like I'm into a lot of IP.
Yeah.
90% of it is just to sell. Like, the number one goal is to sell toys and merchandise and
Yeah.
get kids to watch it.
Yeah.
And as much as we like The Mandalorian, that is definitely the number one goal of that show.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is not the goal of this. But
No.
did I go and buy a Cassian Andor figurine after the show ended? You bet your fucking ass I did.
Nice. I mean, yeah, even like Forrest Whitaker is amazing. And I mean, like, there's so many people you're just like, each one of these storylines, these characters are so good.
Yeah, with Stellan Skarsgård, and I don't remember the actress who plays his daughter.
He's so
they're
good.
both so good.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. The daughter, like, she was barely a character in the first season. She comes in and has quite a big role in the second. I can't speak highly enough about it. And even it was one of those shows that even with a lot of me having high expectations, it lived up to it with the series. So it just the main thing I would say what it does the best is it shows you, in all of Star Wars, the Empire is always the bad guy. And you're like, oh yeah, the Empire suck because they're the bad guys. And this kind of shows you, oh no, they're really bad. Like, this is why people hate them. This is why people like wanted to start a rebellion to get rid of them, because this is like how bad they are. This like, oh, I hate you now.
Right. Yeah. I'm here for unsympathetic bad guys. I don't know if you or anyone listening has seen the new Superman movie, but like, I really like that Lex Luthor just in that movie absolutely fucking sucks. And like, you're not looking at it like, well, maybe he's right. Like, no, he's wrong. And he's just a huge piece of shit. But because he's the bad guy. Like, they don't all need to be like, I like I like Killmonger in Black Panther. They don't all need to be like him. Like, they don't all have to have a point. Like, these guys are just fucking wrong. Like, they're monsters.
Yes. So what's your number one then?
I will say I flip-flop on this in Andor.
Yes.
I flip-flopped a lot. My number one was Adolescence on Netflix.
I've not seen that.
It was a 4-part miniseries.
Okay.
Really a bummer, but like also really fucking good. And you'll like this. It's not quite the same. It's kind of like if you took your 24 concept and your studio concept, every episode is a oneer. And every episode is like an hour, but it's not it's not 4 straight hours. Like,
okay.
I don't want to spoil it, but like the first episode is, I'll spoil like the beginning of the episode. It starts with like a 13-year-old getting arrested, for murder.
Okay.
And you don't know what is happening. Like, you have no idea if he did it or not at the start of the episode. And so you kind of just see like what the whole process of arresting a 13-year-old would go through.
Okay. Yeah. And how crazy.
And then the next couple episodes are like different steps in the case.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to like spoil plot points because it's just like really fucking compelling and what feels like a really like important story that's like hard to watch because it's just like fucked up that like this is what kids are going through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really incredibly made and just like, yeah, really good. I don't know though. Like Andor's I might move Andor up above it, but like I think Adolescence is probably going to win quite a few awards at the Emmys for miniseries. It's just something you never really see anything like it, and I doubt we will again.
I'm in.
Our boy, the creator and star of it, Stephen Graham from Boardwalk.
Oh, there you go. Okay, awesome. Well, Steed's favorite show of 2025.
Yes. Yeah. Shout out Al Capone.
Yes. Good.
Fictionally, not really.
Couple quick, other shows, honorable mentions. Friends and Neighbors, I thought was well done. Connecticut, a little Connecticut vibe in there. I just like John Hamm. I love John Hamm.
I love John Hamm.
Yeah.
Your Friends and Neighbors, not my favorite.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, that's fair.
Really good at the beginning, and I thought it got like kind of, I don't know, it got a little ridiculous.
That's fair. I loved Overcompensating. Did you watch Overcompensating?
I actually haven't watched Overcompensating yet.
It's very different for a comedy. I mean, it's not. Maybe it's not. I like it. It's like a different perspective, right? It's about it's about a gay guy who is like not comfortable coming out. He's in college and he's just trying to like navigate thing. But the main guy's very funny, and it's like it's just I had a lot of laughs. It's one of the shows that made most like laughs per minute for me in a while.
Yeah, that's another one I keep forgetting about. I wrote
Yeah,
that down under Paradise. I'm gonna
yeah.
try and check out both.
And then I like Four Seasons a lot. I think just kind of I watched the original movie of Four Seasons, and the show was much better.
Four Seasons was
Just
pretty good.
yeah,
Great cast. I love
yeah.
Will Forte.
These are honorable mentions, Stevie. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
no,
they
no,
didn't
yeah.
make my top five.
Um, I will give a shout out to the Righteous Gemstones.
Okay, yep,
Just ended. Really,
yep.
just one of my favorite shows ever. Walton Goggins in the Righteous Gemstones. You know, he's in all these shows. That's the best performance of his career.
Yes, yes.
Undisputedly. I wish it got like recognition because it is just absolutely insane. I will come back on to talk about Dexter Resurrection.
Okay,
I will
yes,
hold you
yes.
accountable.
Yes, yes.
I didn't have The White Lotus or Severance, but I mostly really loved both of those.
Yes.
Severance, I like The White Lotus, I think, more consistently.
I
Severance
agree.
was kind of all over the place, but like some
Yeah.
really high highs, some weird lows.
It's spot on with both that. I agree. Yeah.
But like Severance, like, you know, I can't wait for that to come back, man. I hope it's
Yeah.
not 3 years again. But it like, yeah, I don't know why they did that Patricia Arquette solo episode. Like,
Yeah.
it was like 35 minutes long and had like 10 minutes of anything happening.
Yeah. I saw. No, there was some. Yeah. Some
Yeah,
interesting
but to
choices there.
compliment it, like I thought that scene where Adam Scott was talking to himself with a camcorder was really fucking cool, and I've never seen anything like that. And I think there's a lot of stuff in Severance.
Yep.
Anyone looking for an animated show, I really liked Common Side Effects on Adult Swim. That is in my
Oh,
top 10.
interesting.
currently.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my honorable mentions. I thought
I
the
like it.
season of The Bear was great too. It didn't
Yeah.
quite make it was number 8 for me. Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought it was a good bounce back, and
Yeah.
maybe not season 2, but not as, you know, it's season 3 felt really self-indulgent sometimes. Season 4 just was fun.
There you go.
Got back to
Yep.
its roots.
Love it. Perfect. Well, that we covered 2 years of quality television.
That was a lot of TV.
Yeah, that was, and it's good. Some good like memories bringing some of that stuff back because, you know, if there's ones that other people like, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. There's some ones I'm sure we haven't seen that people are because there's the issue now is there's so many good shows and there's so many streaming services. There for sure are shows that are good that are going unwatched.
Oh, for sure.
It just has to happen because they can't all be that popular and they can't all behind the marketing behind it or whatever. So I know there's ones out there that are like, oh, this is really good. I don't know anybody that's seen it.
Yeah, like some of my favorite shows of the decade, like Somebody Somewhere,
Yeah.
Reservation Dogs, like
Yeah.
those feel like, you know, like indie shows. And I think like we kind of lose the thread of like indie shows like even getting made. It's kind of like you either got to be a name brand like comedian to get like a lower budget show made, or
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. But a lot of good shit. There's been a lot of really good shit
Yeah.
this decade.
Yeah, I agree. Always, and it's nice to get a lot more. I mean, I love movies, but you get more content out of a TV show. If you have a really well done TV show, you're getting quadruple, 10 times the amount of content sometimes. I mean, like it's good. It's better to have a nice TV show than a good movie because
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about like The Pit, Hacks, Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Shows that
Yeah.
just come back.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they're here every year.
Yeah.
I'm appreciating those more and more, even though like you obviously fuck with Severance and House of the Dragon and
Yeah.
obviously Andor. Like
Yeah.
I want to mix. I want to mix of that, and it feels like companies might be prioritizing shows that like you can make consistently more.
Yes. Here's one. Okay, we'll do this and then we'll wrap it up because we've been talking a while here. This is the hardest thing for me to decide. How do you judge when you talk about your best shows? We won't go over our favorites of all time because we've done that kind of before, and I'm sure it kind of adjusts, you know, since we've last talked about it like 2 years ago. But there are shows as a whole that will have an amazing season, but then might start having bad seasons at the end and wrap up, versus shows that maybe are only on for 3 seasons, but they were phenomenal 3 seasons. It is very hard when you're picking your favorite shows of all time to separate that out. Because sometimes you get biased by these bad seasons and you're like, well, that's a phenomenal show, but it had some bad seasons, or but this one was so good consistently, but it was only on for a little bit. You know, like that's tough for me.
Yeah, because it's like, I'd rank The Leftovers pretty high, but it was only 3 seasons. Whereas
Mhm.
like Game of Thrones, I might rank lower because I didn't like the last seasons as much. And like
Yeah.
Dexter, like I wouldn't really rank at all because of how much I didn't like the last couple seasons.
Yes.
But like if it
Yes.
ended after 4, that's a all-time banger.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes.
I think I rank shows that have more seasons higher if
Yes.
they consider like Mad Men, The Wire, The
Yeah.
Sopranos, like
Yeah.
shows that consistently sustain
Yes.
it. I will rank higher. But yeah, like it's like with Game of Thrones, like that's lower because
Yep.
it didn't end as well as you would have hoped.
It-
But like that's probably still like even if it's lower on my best list, like it's probably still my favorite show ever. Like
yeah.
just because it ended doesn't mean that the good shit didn't happen. It's just like if I'm ranking like the all-time greatest shows, the
Yeah. No, no.
Aficionado.
And that's, I think the same way too. But it's when sometimes you're like, God, I wish I would have kept going. But then you're also like, okay, if that kept going, it might have just trailed off and then I would have not thought so highly of it. So it
Yeah,
is
and
always
like
tough to
something I'm
balance that.
struggling with my rankings this year is like I looked forward to Dexter every week more than just about almost anything that's
Yes.
aired this year. But
Yes.
like that is not I cannot in good conscience like rank that ahead of The Bear. But
Yeah.
like I don't know, maybe I can because I think it's
Yeah,
so
I know.
fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like
I yes, I agree. I think there has to be a factor of how much are you looking forward to the next episode.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
just like I can't wait for you to watch it, man. I'm
Okay,
coming
I
back.
will. Trust me. Yeah, we'll have you on. I'll watch it at some point soon. We'll talk about it. Even if it's for a short thing, we'll talk. Nobody nobody loves anything more than talking Dexter, especially if you haven't watched it.
Season 10 of Dexter. 11 if you count original
Dexter,
sin.
basically. Okay, great. Well, thank you, Lil Stevie. Is there anything else you want people to check out? You said your Rams Talk radio.
Um Yeah, if you want to listen to
Yeah.
the pod, if not,
Yeah.
just keep checking out Chubstep.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. So thank you so much, Lil Stevie. Always good having you on. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.